We all know that the current economic climate has had an impact on how Canadians spend their money. But with Valentine's Day coming up, how do money concerns impact dating and relationships? Jamie Martin is here from TD to tell us more. Good morning to you, Jamie. We got to get right into it here. Valentine's Day is around the corner. What is the new TD survey telling us about how the economy is changing the way Canadians date and celebrate love in 2026?
Yes, good morning, Rosie. Delighted to be here. And yes, love is certainly in the air. A couple of things as we break down the survey. One being tight economic forecast is certainly having, an impact on spending. But what we are seeing is Canadians are being more mindful around how and when they spend. I think a big piece of the survey also indicates, Gen Z is really showing us the way in terms of transparency and having conversations around what the holiday is going to look like. What are we going to spend, and setting the right expectations, which we know is really important. So everybody, can be on the same page during these really, really important moments. I think it's all about just being together, sharing openly, and, we don't have to break the bank.
Yeah, okay, so Gen Z really stands out in this research, Jamie. So how are younger Canadians approaching dating and money differently than other generations?
Yeah, Rosie, I'd say they're really rewriting the rule book when it comes to dating and money. And there's a lot of financial transparency with this particular group. We know in the past that other generations, it was something that probably was kept a little bit more close to the heart, wasn't something that we were sharing up front. But what we are seeing with this generation is money and being upfront is really a sign of respect. And many of them are looking at sort of before they embark on a long-term relationship, they want to make sure that their financial values are really aligned. So it starts with some smart financial planning and open communication, and they're really helping us to see why this matters and how it helps long-term.
So Jamie, Canadians might be delaying the money talk. Tell me, why is financial transparency an important topic to discuss earlier on in a relationship?
Yeah, building trust and to make sure that we're avoiding any misunderstanding is super important. So again, Gen Z, as I've talked about, is really breaking the mold, and they're clarifying the expectations early on and making sure that with, their partner, that they're super clear on financial security and how important it is to them. So again, laying a really good foundation by having the conversation early. And in many cases, this is a real dictator of whether or not a relationship is going to make it long term, to make sure, again, that we've got the same financial goals and values.
For couples or singles navigating Valentine's Day this year, what's your advice for balancing romance, expectations, and financial reality?
Yeah. I think it's important to celebrate love without feeling the pressure, right? To make everybody feeling like we need to overspend to make it special. So again, the clarity in making sure that we're having the conversations and really creating some meaningful moments, and avoiding some of these overspending or these grand gestures, I think is really important. And we're seeing some greater satisfaction and stability when these conversations are happening. At the end of the day, we know love isn't how much you spend. It's about, the connection that you're sharing. And again, really strong relationships are built on transparency. And again, don't have to break the bank to make this Valentine's Day truly special.
I love it. You can keep some of your money. You don't have to break the bank, as you said, for this Valentine's Day. I love that we're talking about this on our Money Monday. Jamie Martin, TD Bank personal finance expert. Thank you for sharing some of your expertise with us. Thank you, Jamie.
Thanks, Rosie.